Carlton's David Cunningham has not been cited for this dangerous tackle on Trent Rivers. Reroar was right there and he decided not to pay a free kick, but it was an umpire who was 60 metres away who paid this free kick, and I think this is about right. I don't think this is worth a fine and definitely not a suspension. Now before we get too far into the video, if you do like these, please do subscribe if you're new, like the video, and if you really love me, leave a comment. All that stuff helps the YouTube algorithm really like these videos and gives it to more people to watch our stuff and the awesome game that we all love. Let's keep going. Brodie Smith from the Adelaide Crows has been charged with striking Eric Hipwood in the 4th quarter. The MRO graded this as intentional conduct, low impact and body contact. For this, he's been given a $3,000 sanction. With an early plea, this can be downgraded to $2,000. While it doesn't look like much, it's definitely not a footy act and we don't need this in the game. Definitely take it out, and I think a fine here is definitely justified. West Coast Eagles' Tom Cole has been given the all clear for his tackle on Jai Amos. To me, it personally looks like Amos's momentum carries him forward through the tackle. While his head does look like it hits the turf, it also looks like the momentum that he's carrying, and that's the reason why. So I think that this is the perfect outcome. No fine, no suspension for what I think is a perfectly legal tackle in the AFL. Port Adelaide's Willie Rioli has been charged with tripping Connor Idun from the Giants in the 2nd quarter. This is a fixed financial sanction, which is a $1,500 fine. With an early plea, it can be downgraded to $1,000. It happens quite fast, but you can see that he sticks his leg out and he does sort of trip Connor Idun there. And this is pretty consistent for what we've seen this year, so I think this one is fine. Malcolm Roses from the Gold Coast Suns has been charged with rough conduct against Aaron Francis from the Sydney Swans. This happened in the 4th quarter and the MRO graded it as careless conduct, low impact and high contact. For this, Roses has been given a $3,000 sanction, which can be downgraded to $2,000 with an early plea. I think this one seems very right to me. He does make contact with the head. I don't know if it's enough for a suspension. The camera angles were a little bit hard to see and it doesn't look that much of contact to the head, so I guess a fine is about right for me. Michael Walters from the Dockers has escaped any sort of sanction, no fine, no suspension for this dangerous tackle on Witherden. I was actually quite surprised from this because it does look like a second slinging action, and I honestly thought this was going to be a week. The AFL were trying to take out the slinging action, and for this one I think this is a textbook sling. I was expecting 1 week, but he didn't even receive a fine. Anyway, that's it for this week. I think the guys must have been on their best behaviour because that's all the suspensions and fines. I even found a few that the MRO didn't even look at, so I don't know if they were short on time or maybe their pockets are all cashed up so they don't need to fine players for tripping umpires or whatever this week. Maybe they'll run a little bit short next week and we'll see lots of tripping fines, or careless contact with the umpire fines rather. Until then, thank you for watching the video and I'll see you in the next one.